everyone, this is Jack Wu, your host for Success Edge. I am back. For the last 60 days, I have been working on a major project, a major tool that I'll be launching in the next 45 days. Super duper excited. But now I'm back on Success Edge. Today, I want to talk about why are you still broke? Let me begin by saying I was a broke little kid for many, many years, especially after my dad passed away when I was 15 years old. And I remember my first job was in Hardee's in Beltsville, Maryland, Hardee's, and eventually went to Burger King. You name pretty much all the major fast food restaurants I worked at when I was 15, 16, 17 years old. And eventually I went into the painting business, not as an artist, but painting houses for people at the age of 18 years old. And eventually I got into the insurance industry at the age of 20 years old and got my insurance license at the age of 21 years old. So my life has been a struggle at the beginning. But eventually I did the right thing, I had the right opportunity, and I was willing to make some adjustments and met a few great mentors who's willing to teach me their secrets, and eventually I became a multiple 7 figures earner. But I began as a broke little kid. So today I want to talk about why are people still struggling financially, and why are you particularly still broke right now. The first reason, let me explain to you, is that you and most people, they don't admit that they are broke. You might not admit right now by watching my video and my episode and saying to yourself, I'm not broke, I'm still okay. Now, let me tell you, the first step to becoming wealthy is to admit you are at a loss first. Now, that's very difficult for anyone. It's to admitting yourself you're not doing well in maybe health, maybe finance, maybe in a relationship. Nobody want to admit they are at fault. Nobody want to admit they are lost. That's just the true cold fact for most human beings. Today, people are overweight. The first step to get into shape is not to exercise first. It's not even to eat right first. You know what the first thing you need to do is to step on the scale and admit that you are overweight. Oh my God. You know what? I'm overweight 22 pounds. I got to do something. That's the first step, because if you don't admit that you're overweight and you don't face certain crises in your life, if you don't even realize and self-aware there's something going wrong in your life, in your business, in your relationship, you are not going to make change. The second reason why most people still broke is because they think rich people are genius. They think rich people are very special. They think rich people are rocket scientists. So therefore, they don't ever think that they can become those people, those rich people. I'm here to tell you that it's nonsense, all right? So let me tell you, I met few great mentors. They were extremely wealthy. And I'm sitting there listening to some of their advices, their strategies, their mindset. Let me tell you what I realized. Number one, they're very down to earth. Number two, they're very humble, most of them. And number three is they are very normal people. You know, and a lot of stuff that they taught me before, I'm sitting there saying, I know this, I get it. I get it. You know what? That gave me so much confidence, because when I'm listening to them, when I'm looking at them and say, if they can do it, maybe I can do it as well. And that's the problem for most people, is that they think rich and wealthy people are special. They think they just think that they are born to be a certain way. And I'm here to tell you that's not true for most wealthy people. Yes, there's always going to be what I call a nominee type of entrepreneur. But majority of the people who you and I meet on a daily basis, that's extremely successful. I tell you, they are very normal, very down to earth. And the only difference between them and you is that somehow, somewhat, somewhere, they made a commitment to change. They pulled the trigger, and then they put massive action into their dreams, and eventually they get what they chase after. Reason number three why most people still broke today is because they are not clear what they're going after. They don't have clarity. You know, you talk to people, what do you want in life? Well, you know, I want to make a lot of money. Why do you want to make a lot of money? I just want to make a lot of money. Why? They can't even answer that question because they never take the time to think it through. What drives them? What is going to motivate them? What is going to get them fired up every single morning and wake up to go out there and do the things that they're not comfortable with? Because if you're not clear with your goal, you're not going to do it. If you ask somebody, why do you want to make money? And they say, well, I want to make money because I want to retire my mom. Boom, that is a clear goal. Then you ask another question. How much money do you need to make a month to retire my mom? They say, I don't know. Now that goal become vague now. But if you know exactly what you're going after and exactly the amount of money you need to acquire on a monthly basis to get to that goal and to get to that dream, it's like a roadmap now. It's no more guessing game. It's like a navigation system right now. If you want to go from here, where I'm at right now in Washington, D.C., and you want to go to, let's say, Florida, you need a navigation system. And most people, they are broke today because they're not clear on their goals, and therefore they're not able to put in massive action to follow up and follow through. Reason number 4 why most people are still broke is that people don't believe in their identity. And as simple as that sounds, it is so true. People don't believe in their identity. They don't believe they deserve it. Why are there realtors who can sell $5 million houses than realtors who can only sell $200,000 houses? Well, I am here to tell you, realtors who can sell $5 million houses, they believe they deserve a commission check that's $400,000 versus a realtor who sell only $200,000. They only believe they only deserve maybe $5,000 commissions. It's what do you believe that you're worth? If you don't believe you deserve a certain amount of money, you are not going to get it. Now, when I was a little kid, I was broke. But somewhere deep inside my heart, I knew I worth more than $10 an hour. I knew that. Now, I didn't know that I was going to become wealthy one day, but I knew I deserved more. And as I progressed in my life and career and hung around with the right people, listened to the right mentors, read a lot of books, eventually my identity shoot up to the sky. So you got to start to believe in your identity. Ask yourself a question right now. Who do you want to be 5 to 10 years from now? How much do you think you're worth it? And if you can clearly answer those 2 questions with massive action on the right opportunity, you will get there. Reason number 5 why you are still broke is because you don't have the right horse. In a horse race, you have the jockey and you have the horse. All right? So let me ask you a question. Do you believe in a horse race the jockey is more important or is the horse is more important? Some people might say it's the horse. You got to have the best horse, right? Some people say it is the jockey. That jockey has to be a great jockey to ride this horse. Everybody have different opinions. Let me tell you what my answer is. The horse in a horse race is a lot more important than the jockey. Because if you have a weak horse, it doesn't matter how amazing that jockey is, you're not going to win championship, right? So there is not a day that people don't ask me a question. How do you go from zero to hero? How do you go from a broke little kid now making a lot of money, but also able to help a lot of people around you and, you know, come up with so many great contents. Now you're inspiring the world and you have your own charities and all that great stuff, right? And my answer to people is that I happen to pick the right industry, the right opportunity. Remember, the horse equals to the platform and opportunity that you are currently in. You could be a person who works extremely hard, who has strong desire, who's extremely clear on your goal. But if you're working on the wrong platform, on the wrong opportunity that's outdated or that's very slow, it's going to delay your success. So most people today, they don't have the right horse. So you got to find the right horse. Reason number 6, why people and you are still broke. You're not willing to work your face off for 5 to 10 years consistently. My success, my overnight success, that's what people call it, right? My overnight success took me 22 years. So it wasn't 1 year, it wasn't 5 years. I worked extremely hard for the last 22 years. Are you willing to put your head down and once in your life and commit to work hard for the next 5 to 10 years, nonstop, and figure out things, adapt, change your circle of friends, and get to another circle of friends who's willing to give you to a higher ground. Those are things that you got to constantly doing, right? Everybody want to go to heaven, but not everybody want to die. So if you want to go to the highest level of anything, you got to pay the price. You either pay the price and sacrifice today and enjoy 5, 10, 15 years later, or you're going to have fun and chill out and take it easy right now for the next 5, 10, 15 years, and you're going to have to suffer financially, at least in the future. That's how it works. I paid the price many years ago. Now I'm able to reap the rewards and the harvest and everything that I've done years ago. But there's no overnight success. And the last reason why people, and maybe you, are still broke, you don't have a mentor who constantly challenges you, right? And that's one thing. I'm a big fan of mentorship. I'm a big fan of shadowing under somebody who's been there, done that, who's willing to teach you, who's not only willing to teach you, but willing to challenge you. You know, there are two types of mentors in the world. And the first type of mentors, a lot of them out there, good people, good motivators, they constantly compliment you how amazing you are, keep telling you how great you are, and keep making you feeling great all the time. That's one type of mentors. I am extremely blessed to be around with people that constantly telling me what to do to become better, to fix my leaks, to improve my game. And the only way you can attract that few percentage of tough, authentic, practical mentors who can elevate you to the highest level is that you cannot be too sensitive. You cannot just, because they're going to be tough when they tell you things, and if you become too sensitive, eventually you will lose those mentors because they don't want to tell you the truth, because they know every time when they tell you the truth, you get hurt, you get sensitive, you cry, and eventually say, you know what, I don't want to hurt this person's feeling. They end up not telling you the truth, and that person would disconnect with you. So remember, there are a lot more other reasons why people are broke, but those are the top 7 reasons why I believe people are still broke right now. So guys, I'm looking forward to see you guys at my next episode of Success Edge. Take care.